No. All right. Well, welcome, everyone, to another episode of Guess What's Coming to Dinner. I'm one of the hosts, Daryl Ashley.
I'm Salome Denoon.
I'm Michael Dwayne Paylor.
And we are dining today with Brian Scott Campbell, actor, writer, director. Thank you for being here.
It's good to be back.
Yes, right.
Yes.
You were here
My partner,
with
Catherine.
Catherine.
That was lovely as well. So.
It was so cute. You guys were so sweet that day.
Yeah,
It's all a facade.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just acting.
I was
For
just
the
going to say,
cameras.
because watching it during editing and watching it back, I was so like, man, I want someone to love a partner and
I
all this
know.
stuff. So I'm glad it's just a facade.
Yeah, right. It gives the rest of you hope.
I can sleep well tonight.
I don't believe that, but we'll go with it. It's
good.
fine.
It's good to be back. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to start the episode off with talking or doing our artist segment, which is the well-seasoned artists. We just talk about or say or read a little excerpt about their career, and then we talk about them to just honor them and give them their flowers, as they say today. Today, we have my man, Jeffrey Wright. Can we all just take a second?
Yes.
Because this man here, okay, now I'm going to read. Born and raised in Washington, D.C., Jeffrey Wright graduated from Amherst College in 1987. Although he studied political science while at Amherst, Wright left the school with a love for acting. Shortly after graduating, he won an acting scholarship to NYU, but dropped out after only 2 months to pursue acting full-time. After developing a prolific and acclaimed career on the stage, actor Jeffrey Wright quietly worked his way into the public consciousness in chameleon-like fashion, playing a wide range of roles in features and on television. Though he spent several years honing his craft off Broadway and in regional theater, Wright staked his reputation with a Tony Award-winning performance in the widely acclaimed play Angels in America, Perestroika. I never know how to say that, which he later reprised almost a decade later in the highly lauded HBO miniseries. In between the play and the 6-part movie, Wright built a resume that included deft performances as such divergent historical figures as Martin Luther King Jr. and John Michael Basquiat, as well as an array of strong supporting roles in Woody Allen's Celebrity and Shaft Woody Allen's Celebrity was 98 and Shaft was 2000. After earning an Emmy for Angels in America, Wright had finally broken through to the mainstream, earning meteor parts in Syriana, 2005, Casino Royale, 2006, and W, 2008. The versatile actor continued to genre hop, jumping from the musical biopic Cadillac Records, 2008, to the, he's been in everything, to the sci-fi thriller Source Code, 2011, to the political drama, The Ides of March, 2011, with impressive ease. During this period, he also gained mainstream success in the blockbuster The Hunger Games franchise, Pixar hit The Good Dinosaur, 2015, and science fiction cable drama Westworld. While that was 2016 to, I don't remember when that stops.
Probably most recently.
Yeah.
I think it just ended.
Yeah. While not the marquee draw of some of his contemporaries, Wright could always be counted upon to deliver a performance on par with the very best.
Yay.
Yes, let's get some.
But Jeffrey.
Yes, Jeffrey is, and this didn't even mention, he was in Boardwalk Empire, he was just in American Fiction.
Yep.
He's been in so many things, and he's just so good. He changes his whole person in everything he does, I feel like.
So he brings himself to the character versus the character to himself. I kind of want to aspire to be that type of actor where I can disappear into the role. We'll see.
Jeffrey Wright is just the dude and I haven't seen everything that he's been in. Maybe not even most things, but I probably should. He's an actor to study, in my opinion.
I agree.
And he is just an absolute pro. And there is just something about him where it's completely. I don't even know what to say. Like, he just has it. He's amazing. He's amazing in everything, and he is very transformative. Like, he's incredible range. The first thing I saw him in probably was Basquiat, which was like
so
in the
freaking good.
96 or so.
Yeah.
And it's about, plays a real life person and a pretty iconic figure, artist. And I remember watching it and just being like, who is this guy?
I know.
This guy's incredible, because he transformed. I mean, he was Basquiat.
He was.
And then, I mean, Angels in America, like, at first, just ridiculously, like, the play itself is just insanely good. And when I saw the series, I mean, it's just like, I mean, you have the cast is just like Al Pacino and Meryl Streep and Emma Thompson and who else? Justin Kirk and but like they're these heavyweights like Pacino and Streep and Emma Thompson are like the heavyweights, and like Jeffrey Wright just like not only like stayed with him, but like whatever accolades he got were well deserved. I can't imagine what he was like on stage, but he's so incredible, and that series is so incredible. Everyone should watch it, just like all the way through as far as acting and writing. And I mean, so those are the two. I mean, Angels in America I watch periodically, just because it's such an immersive, affecting.
It's a great play.
Yeah.
It really is.
And he was even like the Bond stuff, which I mean, Casino Royale I think is a really, really good film, but like the Bond films are sort of like escapist. You know, you don't really watch them necessarily for depth or anything. Even though Casino Royale I thought was a really, really well made, entertaining film. But even like
there's action and fun, and
even like Felix Leiter in Bond, which is sort of like this kind of secondary character that isn't really like sketched out really a lot or written with a lot of depth. He just brings something to it where he's just one of those, it's cliche, but it's like when he's on screen, like you can't not watch him. He's mesmerizing and intelligent and interesting to watch, and just has that. I don't even know. I'd have to start like talking in cliches now. I'm a huge fan of
Je ne sais quoi. Chef's kiss.
He has that it factor.
He really does.
And
he delivers.
He is like a pro of pros.
He really is.
I think an actor to absolutely aspire to.
Love him so much. He never disappoints either. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen a lot of his stuff, because when I see him in things, or see that he's in something, I just watch it. Like, whether or not I want to see the movie or not, I want to see him, because he never disappoints. Like, I don't know how to explain. He just makes me feel so good to watch him. Like, God, he's so inspiring.
And it's never about him. Like, you're not watching him thinking like, oh, he's putting his ego out there.
No.
Or it's about Jeffrey Wright, the person. He somehow slips into the character and just delivers.
Right.
Like,
I don't know how he does it every time. Oh, I love him so much.
He's amazing.
I would
just
kill
think about the
to
different
work
roles
with him.
he's been in. I remember him playing Martin Luther King. And then I think he was in Shaft, where he played somebody named Peoples. And I was like, that's the same guy?
Yep, exactly, right?
Or like Cadillac Records, which I totally forgot about. Like, he was playing Muddy Freaking Waters.
Yep.
Like, talk about playing an icon. Like who could you get to play Martin Luther King and like Muddy Waters and not have it be, have it fit, like to be able to rise to that.
Right.
And he did it.
Jeffrey Wright.
That's the level of acting.
Do you think he still auditions?
He better not. If you have not seen his work and just want to offer him a part, that would be crazy to me.
I'd be curious just to see his auditions, if he still did them, like whenever the last time he did them.
Oh, I would love to see his auditions too.
Yeah, I I don't know. But I think if you are making a film and you say, like, we need a Jeffrey Wright type guy for this part, and then you're like, well, why don't we just offer it to Jeffrey Wright? And he says he's interested.
Right.
I think you should just get Jeffrey Wright.
Exactly.
Why would you not want to? Why would you make him audition?
Right, exactly. That's what I think. I don't think, I mean, his work is so consistent.
Well, I don't know if I don't know the man. I haven't watched any interviews of him, but based off of his catalog, I don't know if he would just be interested in a role that was his type, because he's so diverse. I think he's looking to play parts that stretch him.
Yeah, and he's not a leading man. You know, he doesn't have probably. You know, I think he's known to like people who watch movies, but it's not like he's a bankable name. You know, so like Johnny Depp is or Brad Pitt or something.
It's just a set.
And I mean, I haven't seen American Fiction yet. I want to. I know.
It's
I can't
good.
believe I haven't. But it's like, you know, he was the star of that. It was his film. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, he's just one of those. And I mean, that's something I kind of really like am interested in, where it's not, you know, you're not the quote unquote leading man. Like, you're not marketed that way. That's not like your career path. But you are like the top, you know, you can call him a character actor, but that's not an insult. You know, he's sort of like the pinnacle of character actors, where, you know, a lot of the time they have the most interesting roles.
It's true. They really do.
Like Don Cheadle's another guy like that.
Oh my God. I love Don Cheadle so
like,
much.
He can't, you know, he's not going to like break box office. You know, no one's like, oh, it's a Don Cheadle movie, but he's always like the most interesting thing in it.
Yes, he is. I agree. I freaking love Don Cheadle just as much as I love Jeffrey Wright. I feel like they are the same. That's not right. They're not the same, but okay, what I'll say is, what I love about their acting is that it's so subtle, but it's so powerful. Like, Jeffrey Wright will do something with his eyes, and you just know exactly what he's saying. It's stuff like that, and it's so freaking good. They're just so present, you know? And it's just... And they lose themselves. Like, I don't look at Don Cheadle and think, oh, I'm watching Don Cheadle play
just
this
Don
role.
Cheadle hanging out doing, being Don Cheadle.
Exactly, and it's the same thing with Jeffrey Wright. I freaking love both of them. Oh.
So I know exactly what you're talking about as far as losing themselves. Like, I would say Will Smith, or even for the majority of his catalog, Samuel Jackson, whenever you see them,
Right.
not so much the character that they're playing. You just see their mannerisms and stuff like that.
And that's okay. It works for them.
It works. I think it's why they're more
Popular.
leads and popular, because I guess general audiences are more impressed with, hey, I recognize that guy. Oh, he did the thing that he's known for doing. Or he laughed away, or he said the word.
Yeah. Or it's more like, you know, they have a lot of fans, and they're like, people are like, oh, well, I want to go see Will Smith do his thing.
Yeah.
Do his Will Smith thing, or Samuel Jackson do his Samuel. I mean, you know, like Jeffrey Wright, he's a little more of a chameleon, you know, which doesn't necessarily pin you down as like, oh, he's doing, I want to see Jeffrey Wright do his Jeffrey Wright, because you're not quite sure what he's.
You don't know
what his thing is.
So it's different.
And both are valid, and both are, you know, have their merits, and it's just like different strokes. But yeah, he's definitely more of like a character actor, which, you know, the range. Oh God, I'm always impressed with like actors that have that sort of range. You know, they can just slip into something, because I don't know how much you know, like I wonder, just to get the opportunity and to do it so well. You know, it's something that I aspire to. I always kind of consider myself a character actor, or that's what interested me, is how many kind of different outfits can you put on, and how many little different, you know, guises can you slip into. And
I mean, when we did Vera Stark, you had to play two different characters, and they were both hilarious, and they were both fleshed out. Like, you did a great job. I can see, like, you being a character actor. So, And that, oh my God, was that fun?
Oh, it was so fun, and it's kind of cool because I feel like for at least one show that season at that theater, it was like Playhouse Westward took over, and it was like
Yeah.
you and Tyler.
Yep.
And I mean the chemistry was really good with the cast.
It was.
And I mean, Lynn Nottage is like just such a great
Oh my
playwright.
God, yeah, she
And I
is.
didn't know the play before we started it or before I auditioned. But yeah, I think the chemistry was just like really good, and I think it was like an environment like we were nice and loose and able to play, and I think that play needed that. So, oh yeah, that was I have really really fond memories of, and that's how I kind of like I didn't really know you before that. Like, that's how we got to know each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I did not know you were in that as well.
Yeah, him and
Did you
Tyler.
see it?
Oh,
No.
no.
I didn't really know them.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I hear about it.
Our favorite thing, everyone's favorite act or scene was the fourth one, where we all got to where you were the director. Yeah. That was so fun, and we got exactly.
Yeah, I mean it was like this slapstick comedy. It was that like absurd situation taken to where like everyone was on stage, and it was just like absurdity after absurdity.
Exactly,
and the way, like, it built
just
comedy wise to like
so
this
fun
conclusion, and it was really
it was
good.
a good time.
I really
Okay, you
enjoyed
two.
myself.
Sorry.
Like
Okay.
inside conversations at the table.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a bite of
My bad. Well.
Game time.
game.
But first, Salome, how do you write with this pen?
So
do you get
this
the
is
ink
a
out?
very interesting thing because you guys didn't have to write with fountain pens here. It was a requirement. We had to write with fountain pens.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, as kids.
Wait, how did you what'd you do?
She put the
I
ink
pierced
in
the
there.
ink in there. So, yeah. So like how, but ours wasn't like this. Like you had to actually dip.
You had feathers.
Oh, in the
Shut the
you
fuck
had.
up. No, we didn't have feathers.
You
And
had
I
to
walked
eat your
into
own
that
words.
too.
Will.
But, yeah.
Writing the Declaration of
So
Independence.
I love fountain pens because it reminds me of It should flow soon. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
while we're waiting for the flow, each of us have a piece of paper with an actor on it. We're going to play 6 degrees
I need to get my chapstick. I'm listening.
of separation. Normally it's called 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but separation works just as fine. Here on the show, the guest usually goes first. And I must say, when you were talking about a film and you were naming a bunch of actors, I was like, man, he's going to do really well with this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Not to put the pressure on, but
Okay,
we'll see.
here's your guy.
I was always like the Trivia Pursuit. I was always kind of good at just retaining useless information, like who was in what movie and what year it came out, and
My
just
brother is like
statistics
that.
and facts.
I'm always so
Oh,
jealous because
okay.
I don't retain anything.
My retirement plan is to go on Jeopardy and just win like 20 times in a row.
Yes.
And just, like, peace out.
Yeah.
And I'll be set for life.
You don't
Okay,
like
you
green?
guys can turn over your papers and you can
Yep.
start
Yep.
thinking while Brian starts.
I already
Okay.
see
Brian,
that.
who's your guy?
Well, my gal is Scarlett Johansson.
All right, pick one of those
Oh boy. Okay. Here we go.
papers.
Scarlet.
Ooh, ouch, man.
So you're starting with
I'm
Scarlett
not
Joe.
too familiar with this guy.
Who's your person?
My person is Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Who do you have, Dara?
Oh my God.
This is gonna be a thinking game, so whoever feels like they're ready to connect. should
Okay,
start.
then we can go. Okay. I have Viola Davis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
That's too easy.
That should.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like they're probably together right now.
We're feeling something as we speak.
Right now, in this moment. I don't think it's
Salome,
easy.
who do you have?
Of course, I have Winston Duke.
Yes.
But then I have Tom Cruise. So
It's a tough one.
it is. But
I
we'll
am
see.
starting with John Boyega, and I'm going to Brad Pitt.
Can we use Google?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
No Googling.
This is difficult.
Salome,
Okay.
you are not trying.
Let's see.
How you know I'm not trying?
I can see when you're not trying. Your face is like, and I don't give a fuck.
So I mean, it's the 1,000-yard stare.
Not even a singular fuck
No.
is on your face.
So
okay,
my
it's fine.
thing, John Boyega, I'm only familiar with 2 of his big projects, which is Star Wars,
Right.
and I don't know a lot of things about Star Wars. And I think my route is they cloned Tyrone.
That is your route.
So John Boyega was in that with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is in a lot of things. I'm pretty sure he's done something.
This.
So what? What?
Who are you-
Trying to sound cheating?
Yeah, because you always do.
John Boyega to Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay. Jamie Foxx.
Yes,
There
yes,
might be a good
be an
Jamie
actor
Foxx route
and
going on.
Act
pretend
like you don't know.
know.
I know.
I don't know.
We just went the route. Whatever route you just went, it ties back to Tom Cruise. We all know.
No, I said Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad Pitt. Oh, never mind.
Brad Pitt.
I was thinking of a Tom Cruise.
Brad.
Oh, Collateral,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. All right. I'm going to give it a go. John Boyega. They cloned Tyrone with Jamie Foxx. Oh, man. Jamie Foxx was in... Okay. Jamie Foxx was in something. I want to get him to Taraji. Jamie Foxx. Damn it. Anybody else got anything?
I think maybe if you go the Star Wars route.
I
that
don't
might
know
be-
the names of the people in
Well,
Star
I mean,
Wars.
Like,
Anakin? What was Anakin in?
there was like I mean, can you do like he was in like Harrison Ford was in the new Star Wars film,
Was he?
right? Oh, he was in a couple of them. I don't know. I haven't
I know he
seen
got
all of
killed
them. I
by
know
his
he got
son or
killed.
something.
Oh, spoilers. for the 4 people on the planet who haven't seen them.
I know.
Jamie Foxx was in. What else was Jamie Foxx in? Ray.
Yeah, Ray. Ray, he was in that with... Was that Regina King?
I think, it was Kerry Washington that was in.
Ray. Yeah, I think
That
so.
was his wife, but the woman he was messing around with, wasn't that Regina King?
I can't remember.
Oh.
She was one of his backup singers.
Oh,
I think
right.
so,
That's
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
It's Regina. Damn. What am I going to? Brad?
Oh,
I feel like it doesn't work because they're so in different, like, what do you call it too? Like,
lanes, like
not lanes, but like,
Not genres. But
no,
like,
but
yeah.
Brad is old.
And
yeah,
yeah.
So
Well,
it's
that's where the
kinda-
fun comes in.
Do you feel
Well,
like we're
can you
having
do
fun?
it in 6?
Can you start with Brad Pitt and work your way that way, maybe?
I guess.
I'm sure there's
Brad.
a connection. Like if we
Brad.
knew
Ocean's
producers and
11.
directors and stuff, that will.
Brad
Boo.
Pitt.
Boo.
Do you got yours? You guys are
No,
thinking about mine.
Just yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, we're focusing.
I don't know any Kevin Hart movies.
He's in
Let's
almost
see.
everything.
He's
know,
been in Ride Along, Jumanji.
Oh, Jumanji. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, let's try Jumanji first.
The
All
Rock
right.
was in Jumanji.
Right.
Yep.
Rock was in.
Why can't I think of the movies Viola was in besides The Help and Doubt?
Mm.
Why they're not the only 2 movies she was
She's
in.
also in Suicide Squad that has a big cast.
Right. Yes, Suicide Squad. That's my way.
Hunger Games as well.
Hunger, the new one, yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Rock in.
She's in the Hunger Games.
Rock was in everything.
I know.
She's in the Hunger Games? There's another Hunger
The Rock
Games
is in
coming
the
out?
bathroom right
With
now.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Already came out.
With Jennifer Lawrence?
Is
With
Jennifer
the whole
Lawrence in
cast?
that one?
No.
They replaced
Viola
Jennifer.
was in a
Who
prequel.
else was in Jumanji?
Jack Black.
Okay. Here we go.
So, Winston Duke was just in The Fall Guy, and Tom Cruise does a lot of action movies. Boom, there you go.
No, they,
It can't work like that.
You tried it, Frank. It's fine.
Yeah, I did good.
You
Not
have to
today.
shoot your shot.
Okay. Kevin Hart was in Jumanji with Jack Black. Jack Black was in Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was in the Iron Man franchise, in which Scarlett Johansson played Black Widow.
wow.
Yes!
Oh,
Oh!
Thank you.
Yeah, that deserves.
I needed help.
Yes.
To get started.
nice.
That
nice.
is freaking love Tropic Thunder, by the way. Have we all seen it? Because that is freaking hilarious. Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, he should have got an Oscar for that role.
That was a great one.
Playing an Australian, playing a black person,
straight.
like it's
he
yeah.
plays it
He-
like
it's
completely serious.
completely
and that's what makes it funny.
That's what makes it
because
funny,
he's
exactly.
not doing it as like a bit.
Nope.
He's completely committed to it.
Yes, he
and
is.
That just makes it funnier because it's more
So good,
believable.
so good.
I like Jack Black.
I love Jack Black too.
Person. I don't know him, but every time I see him, I'm like, that guy seems like a fun
Yeah,
time.
He seems
Yeah,
like he seems like a
great
mensch.
time. He was hilarious in Jumanji. Jumanji
When he
was
was a
funnier
girl?
than I thought it was gonna be. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
it was funnier than I thought.
They managed not to kill the original, the feel of it.
Yeah, they did.
Now I
They
only
did a
saw
good
the
job.
first remake of it, or the reboot.
The second one is funny too,
Is it?
but the first one is funnier. If I'm being honest.
All right, Brian, I'm gonna need some of your help.
Okay. I mean, just start naming films and
Brad.
because I don't really know Winston Duke. I know. Well, no, that's why I'm on the show to be educated with like to fill in the gaps in my knowledge.
All right,
because
wait,
I
you
have,
got
like,
Tom
Winston
Cruise,
Duke. Have you seen
Grand Canyon-sized gaps in my knowledge.
Black Panther?
Yes, Black Panther.
yeah.
He's M'Baku,
Okay.
the mountain tribe, the big
Okay.
dude
Okay.
that was.
Oh, okay.
That's
Has
Winston Duke.
Brad Pitt
Okay.
done anything with Tom Cruise?
Brad-
It feels like he has
Have
to
you
have.
also seen Us? Because he's in
No.
Us. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I know.
He's in Us with Lupita.
Okay, so
And
so,
Lupita was in 12 Years a Slave with Brad Pitt, right?
Brad Pitt.
football team?
Did John Boyega do anything with Lupita?
I can't.
Hold on now. Fucking connect. Boyega.
Tom Cruise and Winston Duke.
Didn't we just do? Did we just?
John
No, we
Oh,
didn't.
Okay, well, like.
We had a little workaround,
Okay, so
but
Black
it didn't
Panther
work.
with Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
There's,
Jordan.
The Creed franchise with Stallone.
Yes.
Stallone and Cruise. Like I feel like we're getting closer now.
Yeah, I
So
know, we
there's
gotta be
Stallone
getting
and
closer.
Cruise. What's the connection there?
Cruise. The Expendables? Was Cruise in any of the
I don't know.
Expendables? No.
I feel like he would
Probably
have
not.
fit in there, but he probably wouldn't
Wasn't.
have taken it.
Right.
Yeah.
Stallone was
Okay, Mission Impossible. Vin Rames is in that.
okay.
Mission
Vin
Impossible.
Rames is in Baby Boy. Baby Boy.
Wait. Was Bruce Willis in the Expendables?
Yes.
Because Vin
I
Rames
think
was
so.
in Pulp Fiction with Bruce Willis.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Another
All right,
classic.
where are we?
Love Pulp Fiction.
Who are we trying to get
I
to?
think we're at like 8.
Got lost.
Yeah.
I need a pen and paper. I need.
I know,
We're
like,
getting
write it
close.
down.
Okay, Winston Duke, Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan.
Yep.
Creed, Stallone, Willis, The Expendables.
Was Stallone in Creed?
He was in one of them.
The first one,
He
maybe?
was in.
Yeah,
he
he was.
played-
He was in the first
played
one.
Okay.
Unk.
He was
Yeah,
his
it
uncle.
like-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Stallone and who? Where
Bruce
we going?
Willis,
Bruce Willis.
and then Bruce Willis and Ving Rhames,
Vin Rames.
and then you made that
Tom
right.
Cruise.
Ving Rhames and Tom Cruise in.
Mission Impossible.
There you go.
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Ugh.
I have no
Now do
idea
mine.
Half of these movies.
Okay. Now do mine. Samuel L. Jackson and Viola Davis.
Oh, they're right next to
Come
each
on,
other.
man, like-
How?
They are.
I feel like they are
Wait,
too,
was-
but how actually?
was-
Because
But was Samuel ever in anything with Denzel? Because that'd be
Sam and Denzel?
easy.
I've never seen Samuel and Denzel together
never-
at
They were
all.
on
That's
the
why
red
I'm
carpet
saying.
together, so technically. All right, so Viola, she was in Suicide Squad,
Yes.
which was with Will Smith.
Yes.
Who are we going to again?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sam Jackson.
I feel
Will
like-
Smith was in
Will
that.
Smith was in Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence. Martin was with Eddie Murphy in Life. And Sam Jackson was in Coming to America.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He was the gun. He shot the gun. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The dolls. Yup.
Which is always, I've seen that movie, I don't know how many times, and every single time I watch it, I completely forget, and then that
The
scene pops up,
Sam's
and I'm like,
in it.
oh shit, Sam Jackson's in this? Oh, that's right.
Nice.
And then I forget until next time I watch it.
Nice. I would have never come up with that on my eye.
God, that's a deep cut. That's
Yeah,
a good, that was
that's-
a good one.
It was.
Wait, how did it go again?
It was Will Smith to Martin Lawrence to Eddie Murphy to
Wait, but how
Coming
did
to
Will
America.
Smith connect with Viola Davis?
She
The
was in
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Never mind.
John Boyega, Brad Pitt. What do we
Okay.
got?
All right. John Boyega.
We could try the whole Star Wars thing. What else has he been in?
What about
Yeah, I'm not
familiar
Kiefer
with this.
Sutherland was also in Tyrone. Did Kiefer? I feel like Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. That's how you say his name, right?
Yes.
Was in something that had to
I'm drawing
tie
a blank on his
with
face.
With who?
with Brad Pitt. No.
I mean, maybe. Wait, we're. Oh my God, this is how. You see, this is good. I'm old because I remember all these movies from like 1991. Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts did a film together, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
What was the name of it?
Oh, well, they did Ocean's 11 together.
Okay.
Oh, yep,
So
they did.
I
Kiefer
think-
Sutherland was in a movie from like 1990 called Flatliners.
Oh yeah, I remember
with
Flatliners
Julia
with.
Wait, it wasn't Julia.
It wasn't
Roberts.
Julia Roberts though.
Maybe it was.
I don't think she was in Flatliners. That's the
I'm
one where
just,
they
I'm
kept.
glad that you remember.
Yeah,
Flat-
no,
it's-
I
they
remember.
were medical students, and they
yeah,
like,
and they kept
died,
killing
you
each
know,
other,
they-
right?
yeah,
and
to,
then
like,
bringing each other,
experience the
right?
afterlife thing.
Yes, I loved that movie
She was
actually.
in- she was
I
in
thought she was. Oh my god, I don't remember that then.
Wasn't Don Cheadle in Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Yes.
Brad, Don Cheadle. What has Don been in? Don was in.
Don has had to be in something with Jamie Foxx, no, or something.
Don is in the Marvel movies. He's in.
He is in the Marvel
Avengers.
movies. He was in Avengers. No, he's what?
He is. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in there.
Yeah.
So who else is in there? We have.
Oh, everyone.
Everyone is in there.
So many options. I don't know.
Right.
The. Oh, okay. So.
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow was Pepper in
Yeah.
the Iron Man. She was
yes.
in, and Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Pitt. I mean, they were in Seven together.
Oh yeah, they were in Seven. Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know the connection between the Marvel and John yet.
Wait,
It was
who?
John
were you?
Boyega.
Oh shit! Sorry. I was
Oh.
like, I connected two
Yeah, we
completely
kinda did the
different.
U-turn.
Like,
Wait.
I see. I'm lost. I don't even know who we're.
All right. John.
Okay.
So
What was the
Brad-
woman's name who played the prostitute, and they cloned Tyrone?
Oh, I can't remember her name.
Come on, guys. She was in a Marvel movie. I can make this so much quicker.
Oh, she was in a Marvel movie. She was, but I can't remember her name.
Seriously, I'm the only one who's gonna lose this game. Fine. I guess we'll move on.
Sorry.
Next time.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Brad. We're gonna come back to this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
come back
wait-
to it.
we're gonna
At the
get
end.
into
Let's
the-
circle back.
The questions.
Let me ask you something.
Okay, and then, so the first question: what inspired you to be an actor?
Yeah, you sent me this question ahead of time. I had to think about it. Should I answer it right after I took a huge bite of? This is
No
delicious, by
worries.
the way.
I know,
It
right?
is good.
Oh, did we talk about what we ate?
We ate Thai food. The dish specifically is called pad see ew with chicken.
It was really good. I
It
liked
was so.
My
I
first time having
love
Thai.
Broccoli
yeah, carrots. I
White
love.
noodles.
Yes, love it. So good, delicious. Where is it from? Okay, that's fine.
It was from Thailand. Back to the hard hitting questions.
All right.
Brian.
What inspired me to be an actor? Is that right? Is that
Yes.
it? I don't know.
Hmm.
Next question. No, I don't know if any one thing like inspired me. I honestly don't know if I really like had a dream. Like I didn't have a dream as a kid to do it. I was a jock growing up. I played sports and I read, and those were like basically the only two things I did. And I know what, like, I remember when I got into acting, which was in 8th grade. And I tried out for the basketball team, and for some reason I auditioned for the school musical, just like on a whim. And I got into both, and I couldn't do both because they were happening at the same time. So I was trying to pick, choose which one to do. And I looked at, like, if I did the basketball team, I would just be, like, hanging out with a bunch of, like, dumb boys. And if I did the musical, I looked at the cast and I'm like, I would be hanging out with all these cute girls. So I kind of say that, like, I got into acting because of girls, which is only half joking. I hate to say it, but, like, because I didn't really know. I thought it would be a fun thing to do. But then once I started doing it and I got on stage, like, I realized that for all of my, like, shyness and social awkwardness, and which I still have, like, just an introvert, and I was like that as a kid too. For some reason, like, once I got on stage, all of that went away. And I never had stage fright. I never felt weird or awkward. Like, I felt like when I was on stage, it was like my space, and I was in control of it, and I could dictate it, and I owned it, and it was a real feeling of belonging. Like, I belonged up there, and I felt comfortable up there in a way that I didn't have anywhere else in my life. And what became, what started as like, oh yeah, I just did it for, to meet girls, which is kind of true. It immediately, like, once I started doing it, it was just like love, and I just, by the next year, it was consumed me. That's all I wanted to do. And
That's awesome.
What
was the play?
Oh my God. It was an original musical that was written by the drama teacher's son.
Oh.
It was called Meet Me at the Mall. And it was about hanging out at the local mall, and it was like just a bunch of, like, like kids at the mall in musical form. So there were, like, the jocks, and there were, like, the metal heads, and there were, like, the popular kids. It was really awful. It was really awful. I mean, it was not like, Hamlet, but, like, it was a musical that the drama teacher's son wrote. And then the year after that, I did the musical was Oklahoma, which I actually got the lead in that, even though I'm never gonna say that I'm a singer or anything. But then I started doing, like, then I got into Shakespeare and stuff, and I started doing, like, actual drama and like non-musical stuff, which then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not a musical guy. I'm like, this is like the real stuff, the acting stuff. So
so we talked about you falling in love or lust with acting via women.
Well, yeah.
But it doesn't always go well. And in the times where it doesn't go well, what do you tell yourself when you don't feel like you're doing your best?
Happens a lot. We all have our bad days, and it's definitely a struggle for me oftentimes. Meditation helps, which is something I've done for a while now, for like a number of years. I think I tell myself, I try to take a step back and remind myself, or ask myself, like, would I rather be where I was, like, X number of, like I sort of, take stock of where I am now, and then think back to, like, where I was, and ask myself, like, would I rather be in that place, which sort of gives me a reminder that, like, as much as it might not feel like it, everything I do is moving forward in some way, and I'm not staying, like, even though it can feel like a step back, like, it's still, I'm still progressing. And, like, especially these days, I've had sort of a weird, like, trajectory, because in my 20s, I was working a lot. I was doing a ton of theater and doing really like real work that I was proud of and had a real kind of like momentum. And then my 30s, I got very, very far away from acting, and just from like my creative side in general. And I was out of it for like a number of years, and it took me like a long time to sort of crawl my way back. And in a way, like I feel like I still am crawling my way back to it. Like I'm not all there yet. So now, like being over 40, it's sort of like I'm having this second starting out process, which can be very uncomfortable and awkward. Like what I say about film acting. You know, like I feel so new to the whole film business, like the whole film culture, creative side and everything. I feel like, you know, I'm like stumbling around like a baby deer.
A baby deer.
And but I asked myself, like, well, am I better off, even with the struggles I'm having today, you know, when I'm having a bad day, am I better off, would I rather be here where I am, even with these struggles, than I was a number of years ago when I was so far away from you know, what fed me creatively? And the answer was always like, no, like I'd rather be here, even with the struggles I have. So I think, you know, I guess it's a long way of saying, like, I just try to keep things in perspective and realize, you know, like I tell myself, like, I say, like, is this what you want to do? Like, this is what you want to do, right? Like, stop and think for a minute if there's anything else you would rather be doing. And if there is, then do that. So I stop and I think about it and I go, no, there really isn't. Right. And then my inner voice says, okay, well, just keep doing that then. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
it makes sense to me.
It makes great sense. So, you do a lot with Catherine, who has also been on our show, Catherine Wild. What is it like to date an actor and do, because I know you guys collab a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, and what is it like? I'll just ask, what is it like to do projects
Before
with
you
her?
answer that, I have some more questions. One, was Kat the first woman who was an actor that you dated? And two, because we had another guest who was like, she would never date an actor. Ugh, gross, barf in my mouth. And you are someone who has been in a committed relationship with an actor for a long time. What is that experience like?
I thought this episode was the Brian Campbell episode.
It's still about you.
Catherine Wild is being brought up. I kind of don't want to share the spotlight here.
Catherine is like the fourth host. Her name comes up in a lot of episodes.
And so many.
Yeah, she's wily like that. It's like she has that effect. What was the first question?
Was it your first time you dated another actor?
Oh God, no. No.
Is that your type?
I'm not saying it's my type. Like I went for it, but like honestly, I was so awkward, like with women. Like my whole game was just like, I didn't ask people out. My whole game was like to do a show with someone and get to know them that way, and then eventually like ask them out or have something. Like that's the only way I felt comfortable, like getting to know women. Like, because I was not good. It's not like I was never someone that could just like see someone at a bar and just like be interested and walk up and be like, hey baby. Like I just don't have that. So yeah, like that's actually how I met a lot of like the people I dated. Not that there were a ton, but like that's, yeah, we would do shows together. We'd be in the same social, actor network or whatever. So no, I've dated plenty of actors in my life. I mean, that's how Kat and I met. We did a show together.
So it worked. Same plan.
Why did it work?
No, it worked.
It worked finally. Yeah, it worked out. There's always everyone always says, oh, actors shouldn't date other actors because that's too. You can only have one crazy person in the relationship. Or, like all the jokes that people make.
There's different types of crazy.
Yeah, right. I understand. It's like, I think the hardest thing about dating an actor is like, having that level of competition. You know, it's like it's not, you don't want to be, it's not like you're being competitive, but it's like what happens when one person's working and one's not, you know?
Yeah.
One person is going this way and has their projects and have that creative thing, and the other person's kind of like lying low and is like, oh, it's nice. I mean, Kat and I have like dealt with it, you know, throughout our time. She deals with it better than I do. Like it's something that I'm really aware of. It's hard sometimes, but yeah, I think that's the hardest thing. Is like just, yeah.
Is it easy to work with your partner? Like, you guys did Unexpected Guests together. How was that? Was it?
It's well, I mean, that's I will say, like, as far as like dating and living with, you know, being in a relationship with an actor, it's like so great to have like a built-in scene partner. Like it's so convenient. And just helping each other with auditions and self-tapes and stuff. I mean, just like for the sake of convenience, like it's really cool. But you see, this is, I mean, I don't want to like gush about but like it's a really good situation, I feel, with me and Kat, because I feel like we fill in a lot of each other's blanks. Like my strengths are her weaknesses in some ways, and her strengths are my weaknesses, and we sort of like we complement each other very well. Where it's like, yeah, we kind of like have the support for the other person for something that the other person isn't necessarily great at, or you know, that doesn't come naturally to the other person. And I mean, it works with like writing. You know, just the way we write, we've written a couple, you know, things together, and we sort of like fill in each other's gaps in writing. Even just like, you know, editing or like the production side. Like she's interested in stuff that I'm like, I don't feel like doing that shit. You know, like when you're working on a film or something, like she has amazing strengths that I'm like, yeah, that's not my thing. And it's the same thing for me. I have those where she's like, I don't want to do that. So I don't know, just by luck, it fits really well.
I love that.
Complement each other really well, and just the work sense.
So then, do you think because you complement each other so well, you're making each other better? It sounds like.
Absolutely.
Like better actors, better artists.
I think I don't know. I don't know how else to do it, except it just takes a lot of time. It took a lot of time, but we learned. I mean, we're still learning, but we were very careful to kind of like bit by bit establish and separate like the personal relationship from the work relationship.
So the next question you've already answered time and time again, so I'll try to find a way to rephrase it, right? The question was, what do you enjoy doing more, theater or film? And we already know what the answer is. So do you think that you'll ever...
Oh, sorry, ever
No,
what?
like write like a play for the theater?
Yeah, what do I enjoy doing more?
Theater.
I don't know, man. I don't know these. I honestly don't know these
That's what
days.
I got. Like,
I know, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like I'm in this transition phase, because my whole life has always been theater, and I've always been, like, a total snob about theater being the real acting. And I'm like, oh, film acting isn't real acting. You just stand there in front of the camera and you look pretty, and no, the real acting is Shakespeare on the stage, you know? And it's like, then I learned what goes into making a film, and film acting is hard as shit.
It's really hard.
You know, to do well.
Yeah.
And it's, I feel like, so I'm in this weird transition phase where, like, I mean, theater will always be my first love, and I will never get away from it, but I'm getting so interested in film where, like, that's where my energy is right now. Not that I would, like, turn down a play if someone offered me a play, but, like, I'm really into, like, just my creative energy right now is film. Like, just not just the acting, but, like, I'm getting into really, like, writing and directing and editing. Like, I'm really into editing right now. So I'm not sure what, like that's the thing, like, I mean, maybe I love theater more, but film is still just so new to me. It's like, it's like the new love affair, because I'm still learning about it, but it's,
you're falling.
I am. It's really fascinating and terrifying and infuriating. Like, it's so much work to make film. film.
It is.
But I'm really into it. So, what was, I don't know.
You don't know which one you're.
Theater's my first love, but film is, has kind of taken my heart right now. So, yeah.
All right, Brian, how do you feel Playhouse West has made you a better actor? Or do you?
I think Playhouse West has given me opportunities in avenues that I never would have found on my own. It's certainly given me perspective on certain processes that, first of all, just to like kind of meet and establish myself in a community that where so many people are focused on film, not just like film acting, but like film creation, and kind of getting a crash course, like feeling like I don't know, just like that they're in a different world where it's like for all of my experience where I was just like immersed in theater and nothing but theater, meeting people who were just like film and nothing but film, and that's what they breathe, like the way I always breathe theater, to just like get that perspective and try to learn that world, just to have that network, like I wouldn't have been able to discover that on my own, like that was because that was from, like enrolling in Playhouse West and meeting all those people. I think it has made me a lot more, it's given me a lot more tools, and I think it has made me more able to, it's made me more honest in a way, like to really kind of to have the discipline, how do I put this, like it's made me aware to like not settle for coasting by on something, like I don't know how to put it, but there were times like in my like doing all my theater stuff where it was like I felt like I could just sort of go over this thing, this moment or this scene. I didn't really have to like dig in and feel it personally, or like it could be more, I could skate by on technique basically, which I did because like I had a lot of experience and like just could be like, oh, just do the thing and it doesn't really matter. But just in terms of like, and it's like keeping myself honest, where it was like doing that doesn't really cut it, like it you don't settle for that, and it's really hard a lot of the time to get to that level, and it takes a lot of discipline, and I I don't get it like all the time, but I think just like it's made me a lot more honest with myself to like not to dig deeper personally, which I think, like I've sort of I hadn't done all the time before. Like I've sort of like shied away from it. I thought I could get away with not doing that. I think that's like the takeaway, and to just like and here's another thing. I think it's reconnected me. I think I used to do this a lot when I was younger, and then I got away from it. It has reconnected me with like my imagination, like as far as world building. And the thing that really helped me with that one, like it was spoons. To find a way to emotionally connect to this stuff that was written in like 1906 or whatever, this vernacular that's not the way we talk, to somehow like make the connection and find something emotionally personal in it. It really makes you like use your imagination to build that world.
Very good. Well, the last question is here now.
Okay.
And it is, what does success look like to you in acting and filmmaking?
That's a good question. I think when I was younger, I had some measure of success. To me, it was more like, the fame and fortune part, or at least like recognition and financial compensation, or to like renown, to like be known. And as I get older, I kind of feel like that's not my focus anymore. Like, it's not something that I really don't have the desire to like go for it in a way that, and to go for that in the way that I might have felt when I was like 22. And it's definitely like, like I've thought about this question, and I think what I've told myself lately, and what I still tell myself, is I want to do, success for me is just doing good work consistently, constantly, work that I'm proud of, work that resonates with me, and like hopefully, I hate, it's almost like a cliche, but like touches people, like affects people in some way, affects them emotionally, or makes them think, or even just entertains them. There's nothing wrong, like it's entertaining people is really valuable too, if it's nothing more than that. I mean, I obviously would love to have as many people as possible see the stuff that I do, but I think it's also important to like feel a measure of success for myself, and not like be successful but at the expense of feeling for myself that I'm doing valuable work. So the first focus is like whether I am like proud of what I'm doing, whether I think I'm doing important stuff, and like I just want to do good work that I am proud of, that hopefully like touches people and affects people and gives them something. I want to be. I feel like this is like Tony's essay that he makes us write. Is what compels you to be an actor, and it's like what it really comes down to for me is like I want to tell stories. Like I want to be a storyteller. Like if people, like asked, what do you do? Instead of saying an actor, I'd almost rather say like I'm a storyteller, and like telling stories. If that's what you do with your life, I think that's an incredibly like noble and valuable thing. Like that's what makes us human. Like telling stories. And if we didn't have that, we'd collapse. So I think I want to be a storyteller that just tells stories that resonate with people and like connects with people. I think that's an incredibly valuable and lofty goal to have. And if I can do that constantly and consistently in my life, because it's what I love, that would be successful to me.
Nice. Love it.
Really
That's
nice.
beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Did we ever get your...
All right, so I was thinking... I was trying to pay attention to what you were saying, but I was...
But you had after... Yeah, that's cool, man.
John Boyega was in The Woman King.
Yes.
Yes.
Viola
Good movie.
Davis.
Yes.
Great movie.
Who was in Fences with Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it?
Yeah, because Denzel is usually the biggest name on anything he's in.
Let's just start naming Denzel movies.
Yeah,
Training
but
Day,
yeah.
I would like to connect
American
Glory,
Gangster, Glory.
Morgan Freeman, because Morgan Freeman was in Seven.
All right, well, Denzel was in Glory with Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the last connection? Then Morgan Freeman was in Seven with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
There we
it.
go.
That's
Sick.
I can breathe now.
Yeah.
What a way
Brian.
to wrap up. I told
I
you,
know.
man. Like, I'm the
You-
ringer with this shit. You can just, I can just come in. You can
I
just
would have
invite
never
me
remembered
in.
Glory.
Glory. You've seen
It's so
Glory.
long
You
ago,
have
yeah.
seen, yeah. Last thing.
Last thing.
Yeah.
Can you leave our listeners and viewers with some inspirational quotes or anything that can motivate them for whenever they're having a bad time?
Oh, right. Forgot about this. Oh, I should have come up with something that I just like have it right on the spot. Okay, I'll do this one. There is, do you know the playwright Samuel Beckett wrote Waiting for Godot and a bunch of other plays in the 50s? Okay, he was like a famous playwright.
That one sounds familiar.
But I saw this in high school. There was this was a quote from him, and there was a portrait done of his that I saw in high school that had this quote underneath. But it's something he actually said, and it always stuck with me. You know, as a playwright and a theater director, you know, like working on your craft. His quote is, "No matter, try again, fail again, fail better."
Oh, I love that.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
So
fail better.
I find that inspirational. I find that encouraging.
For sure.
I will just fail better next time because you're going to fail. But failure is doesn't mean the end. It just means that, you know, next time you'll fail better.
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
I think it's a
Yep.
very positive spin on the concept of, you know, getting knocked down. Or,
Yeah.
you know, so that's fail better.
Love
With
that.
that.
Love it. Very nice.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Yes, yes.
This was fun.
It was. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Keep creating.
And we'll see you next time.
See you.